What's going on, you guys? It's Kawayama. Back at it again with the exciting winter season videos of me just working on my piece of crap, and then we're gonna do fun stuff with that. But right now, we must focus on this. So right now, we are going to fix this hole. Luckily, I have another set of headlights, which are perfectly fine. So we're going to try to take the plastic piece off the front of the headlight and heat gun it off, pry it off, and then we are going to try to adhese it back on this piece of the bike. So hopefully that will go well. We are going to try to assess the coolant problem and why it is overheating. I know that my coolant reservoir tube is not connected, so I'll show you that in a second, and we are going to try to put an exhaust so we stop misfiring. Also, when I put my bike in my house, I didn't realize that I totally gouged the shit out of my tires. So now I have this super bad spot on my tire, so we may be swapping out the tires as well. So 3 main things that we would like to do to this: fix the overheating, fix this stupid headlight problem. Oh yeah, we'll probably get a brake fluid reservoir as well, so we don't have to rock around with duct tape and absolutely no brake. It does have brake, but it hardly works. It works, but I'm pressing this all the way down, and when you're moving, it doesn't work really well. So we're going to try that. First, I'm going to disassemble my front head stay fairing piece, and we will be back when I get that off. guys, we have got the headlight off. Now our next task is just getting the plastic off so we can do the good old swap-a-roo. And we'll try to do that as quick as we can. Kind of hard to see, but this coolant line that leads into the dark abyss is to absolutely nothing. So we need to fix that and get that put in the right spot. Got the battery tender out. Gonna put her on the battery tender. This might as well. This bike is the one that needs it the most. Gonna charge her up. Now she's fully charged. Put the ZX10 on the battery tender. Not too worried about that one. Thinking about getting a lightweight battery for that anyway. But it's always good just to keep your motorcycle batteries tended to. So that's what we are doing. Alright, we've got the red side on the black. I'm just kidding. I'm not that stupid, but I'm pretty stupid in that. Ooh! I had to finagle that for a second. She's now charging. Get out of the way here. I tried to get this off, but I'm having a lot of trouble, to be honest. I put my heat gun to this, and I tried to pry this out with my screwdriver right there, and I just can't get this off. So we're gonna troubleshoot this and shoot at a later time, but for now, we are going to get this exhaust hooked up and see what we need to do with that. I already know that I'm gonna need to cut some extra exhaust pipe, which I actually have, but we're gonna need to meet my manifold and the exhaust in the middle, but I don't know how much pipe I'm gonna need to fill in. Shouldn't be a problem though. That was weird, but yeah. You guys, this is a little bit more complicated than I expected. I knew I was gonna have to take my rear cage off. I ended up having to take my rear set off because I couldn't get the manifold or the exhaust pipe to my manifold. So I had to lay down in that little corner and I couldn't fit my helmet on there, so I just was like, let's just get this off real quick without the helmet. That'll be a lot easier. And I'm going to try get this on here with my tail on. I've never done before. You guys, I spent like an hour trying to get this exhaust mounted on the back side of my bike. I thought it was going to be easy, but it was not. Getting these brackets to fit to where they need to be with my fingers and then try to screw this on here, nightmare. Trying to get this pipe to fit in this little divot right here and get this to line up so I can screw this in here for extra support, nightmare. Had to take this off, had to take my rear set off. Sucked. It did suck a little bit, but we got it done. I was gonna try to work on this bike without taking everything off, but hey, it is what it is, I guess. It's the name of the game. It's the name of the 636 game. Hopefully the ZX10 will not be that much of a bitch fucking work on. But we got her relatively tightened down and screwed in. Just getting her tightened down here. We're doing it. So, that's all that matters, I guess. Got this locked down, gonna get this locked down. Oh, let's see what we got to work with for space. It's pretty close, but we're gonna have to line that up. So once this is lined up with this, it's pretty awkward. The way to bring my exhaust to my manifold. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's like straight down. It's basically like just like a L or a J. I have an extra exhaust in my garage, but I'm gonna have to fabricate it to fit that and then put clamps on it, but we're gonna try to get it to work. But of course it's gonna be more difficult, and of course it's like a straight J, so I have worries of kinking the exhaust, and then I'm gonna have not enough, it's still gonna run lean because not enough exhaust is getting out because we got a big kink in the exhaust. But we're gonna see. Alright guys, it's day 2 of the 636. Quick recap on everything I did. I tried to put a heat gun to this to try to get this first plastic piece off, my headlight housing basically, and I can't get it off. I took apart the adhesive from here to here. This came off, but everything else is just like super hard to get off. I have no clue what the deal is. Put the gas tank up. I'm trying to find a spot for this coolant hose. It's gotta be somewhere in there. See if I can get a light. See. Don't see anywhere I can even hook up. So you're probably gonna have to take the gas tank off to get in there a little bit better. That next to that. We'll see. Don't see anything right now, but I'm sure once we get this off, it'll be a little bit easier to see, and we'll see what we're doing with. Can't be too far away. Pretty sure it's just a like little notch in the top of my engine. But then we got this mounted, at least, not attached. I got a bolt right here just holding it. And somehow I'm going to need to attach the pipe from my manifold right here to the pipe right here. So we might have to bend this down a little bit. I'll do my best to attach that to my manifold. Or I might just have to get a whole new manifold, which is what I'm really trying to avoid. But I have a secret weapon. Boom. I have the stock exhaust from the previous bike that I had, which is exactly the same. It's a ZX-10R exhaust, but it should fit relatively the same. So if I really need to, I might be able to just slide that on there, worst case scenario. But I was hoping I have a pipe. Whoa. Yeah. We're gonna have to make something out of this. So we will see if that works. It might, but my hopes aren't too high. Definitely gonna have to do some fabricating. So I'll measure that out and see what the distance is, and then I'll cut off a piece of the pipe. That's gross. I have another idea too. Maybe I can just put this on here and then try to attach that to my manifold, and then we will not be misfiring anymore. But that's my plan. Got her all charged up. She's ready to go. Just sit tight on the lights here. We'll keep it around like that. And yeah, I have to go away from home to spend some time with the kiddo. So this might be all I can do for now. And then I'll be tied up for a week and then I'll be back. to work on this, so if I don't have time to post any more progress on the 636, I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I hope you have a Happy New Year, and stick around for part 2 because we will be getting all of this done, I promise.